Hey guys, it is NCS Fan 001 here for the road to my 732nd Platinum Trophy. Today's game is Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2, the 2022 version of the game, because they couldn't think of a better name for it. Anyway, Modern Warfare 2 2022 is, at the time this is being recorded, the most recent Call of Duty game. It was not a very fun experience. This is now the second time I've done this game. The first time, I did everything live on stream, and it will end up being a full-length trophy video. I don't know if it'll be coming out before or after this. Hopefully before this. It should be. Yeah, it should be, because I got a good number of videos to do. But yeah, let's get the last trophy here, just by killing the guy that's inside of the porta potty. That's all we have to do for our last trophy. A crappy way to die, and we are RTB. Platinum Trophy achieved. So, this game is definitely not the hardest Call of Duty game by any means. It's not even close. The problem with this game is that it's really not fun if you're a trophy hunter. It has some very annoying trophies. Now, the second time through, I knew better what to do, both on Veteran and for the miscellaneous trophies, so it wasn't as bad the second time as it was the first time, but man, was this an unpleasant experience on both versions of the game. So for the Platinum Trophy, you have to complete the campaign on Veteran, and you have to earn miscellaneous trophies in about half of the missions, but a lot of them have multiple. So, for example, the first mission where you have miscellaneous trophies is Wet Work. That's a very brief stealth-type mission, and there's 2 trophies there. Shoot 3 enemies while underwater. You can do this one on Veteran, but there's another trophy we'll get to later. Countdown is the final mission of the game. This trophy was a lot easier the second time through because I was just watching a video while doing it and was able to get it within just a few tries, so it wasn't too bad. This one it's kind of a stealth mission. It's this really weird mission where you start crafting, where you have to like actually craft objects to stay alive, which is really weird. It's like Last of Us style crafting setup. And you have to get through it without firing a gun. I highly, highly recommend doing a second playthrough of this mission on Recruit after finishing it on Veteran. So on Veteran, just use whatever equipment you want or whatever equipment you can find to make your life much more tolerable there. When you're doing it on Recruit, then you can go through it without firing a gun, and it's not too bad because then you can, survive more than one shot. Violence and timing, this one isn't too bad. Just drive 5 of the 6 different vehicles. Then this one you can easily do on Veteran. You can also do this one on Veteran, but you can easily do this one on Veteran. Just follow a certain path. It's actually pretty quick. There's only a couple enemies that get in the way. This one is pretty much impossible on Veteran, so do it on a replay on Recruit because you have to just jump across all of the shipping containers on the cargo ship. This one is pretty much impossible on Veteran as well, so just replay this mission, Violence and Timing, on Recruit. And just be very careful. Just always stick your head out, kill stuff. The vehicle can take a fair amount of damage then. Then you have to open up 3 different safes during the campaign. There's one of them in El Sin Nombre, and the other 2 are in Alone. It's not difficult to do, just I don't know how anyone would know the codes for them without, looking at a guide, so that's just, I don't know. But it's pretty easy, just follow a guide for it, you shouldn't have a problem. It's the only collectible trophy in the game. Then you have to kill 3 enemies with a riot shield. This can be done over the course of multiple missions. There's, I think, 3 different missions that give you the riot shield. I did it during Prison Break, but there is another mission after that. There's actually 2 other missions after that. I think both 16 and 17 provided in some capacity. I think 16 has exactly one of them, and 17, the final mission, has several. Then, while affected by 1 flashbang, kill 2 enemies. So this one I did, I think, in the ship during Wet Work, like that early on stealth mission. I think I did it there, but there's other places you can get it pretty easily, including in that part of the video that we already saw when I went into that one room and killed those 2 enemies real quickly. That's a good place to do it as well. This one is kind of annoying. It's at the very end of Ghost Training. It's the next to last mission. It's during the tank section. You have to run around and shoot, I believe it's 33 targets. You want to bring in a thermal sight to do it much more easily. Kill the enemy in the porta potty was, of course, the last trophy I got. It's actually very easy. It's the very beginning of Dark Water. Just shoot through the porta potty and you're good. This one is not... I don't think this one would be that hard on Veteran, but it's definitely easier on Recruit when enemies don't detect you as quickly. Then this one is during Prison Break. It's early on in Prison Break. I did it, I think, first try on this version after taking, 2 or 3 tries on the PS5 version. Then this one I would definitely recommend doing on Recruit. It can be kind of buggy as well. It just may not pop immediately, or it may just seem like you killed someone with one of the weapons and it doesn't count toward it. Then you have to finish the campaign on Veteran. Now, the problem with Veteran in this game is that it's sort of like Modern Warfare 2019, where you die really, really quickly compared to some other Call of Duty games. But in Modern Warfare 2019, you still died really quickly, but the enemies would always die in 1 or 2 hits, except for the one juggernaut you fight at the end of the campaign, and like the final mission is sort of a final boss. So other than that, enemies would always die pretty much in 1 or 2 hits from basically any weapon. So as long as you were quick about it, you could easily finish them off. In this campaign, that's not really the case, because this time half the enemies have body armor and head armor and take an insane number of bullets to kill sometimes. And it just leads to some horribly, horribly designed levels. So this was definitely not a pleasant experience. There was like one tough battle in the mission where you're on the US border. There's the tank battle at the end of 16, as well as the rooms right before the tank battle are pretty bad. 17 has some pretty intense areas, especially the final sort of segment of the game, which is so stupid. It's a bunch of QuickTime events on like a terminal to deactivate something, and then you have to build more items to escape from enemies that'll kill you in basically 1 hit. It's just dumb. It's a really bad veteran mode. It's definitely one of the worst ones we've had in a while. But overall, it's still not anything too horrible. The game's also a lot longer than Modern Warfare 2019, so it does take longer. Recon by Fire is the mission that rips off, or references, I guess you could say, all Gillied Up. This one's it's not actually that hard if you're just careful about it. It's fairly simple, as long as you can shoot targets and follow Price's orders. Then you have to get 3 stars in each of the original 3 Spec Ops missions. Low profile is pretty easy. You have 15 minutes. It's really not that hard. Denied area, you have 16 minutes. This one took several tries because I kept getting either bad partners or just stupid stuff would happen. Like sometimes vehicles would just blow up without even being hit by anything. And then Defender Mount Zaya, this one's not too bad either, because you just have to prevent them from destroying or planting 3 bombs during the course of it, so it's not terrible as long as you have a decent partner. Then this is, of course, the hardest of the co-op trophies. You have to complete low profile without triggering any alarms. Thankfully, I was able to get Reese in here, and he was very helpful with this. He was really good at the mission and was basically the one that carried us through it on the PS4 version. It took, 2 hours on the PS5 version, and this version it took us maybe half an hour, so I'll make sure to link his channel down in the description or in a pinned comment. So it wasn't too bad this time. Because one thing you can do with this one is as soon as you find one of the objectives, if you just immediately both down yourselves, the enemies won't call in an alert and it'll make all the enemies disappear around you. So it's a really useful technique. You have to earn at least 1 star, which is going to come naturally, and then find 20 intel fragments. There are 50 total between these 3 missions, plus others in other missions. You only need to find 20 of them. It's probably best done in low profile because of the small number of enemies overall and the smaller size of the map. So that's a good place to do it at, but the nice thing is this is the one trophy that kind of auto-pops. So if you get all 20 on either the PS4 or PS5 version and then pick up 1 new piece of intel in the other version, this trophy auto-pops, which is wonderful. So it saves, 20 minutes of time, which is nice. So we're going to go and sync. Level 834, 1%. 26,307 total trophies, 732 platinums, 4,786 golds, 6,995 silvers, 13,794 bronzes. Thank you guys for checking out this video. If you enjoyed it, please go ahead and give me a like and subscribe if you haven't already done so. And I will see you guys back here real soon for another trophy video.